Hi, my name is Marin, and today we're going to be doing some functional fitness movements. So the difference between functional fitness and say regular weightlifting or working out with exercise equipment or machines is that functional fitness is going to allow you to exercise your whole body, your core, and allow these muscles to work together so that you can do anything that you normally would do, like hike a mountain, climb some stairs, walking. All these things are going to improve with functional fitness. Weightlifting or using exercise machines only isolate the movement, which in turn can cause an imbalance in the body. So using functional fitness is really functional and super efficient to losing weight, gaining health, strength, and stability. Let's get started. The first things you're gonna need is an exercise mat or a comfortable space to exercise. I'm using some dumbbells. You can incorporate dumbbells and or medicine balls. And I also have a stepping stool, which you can use your stairs, the curb, or a stepping stool like I'm using. Anything that you feel comfortable stepping on, we're gonna be using for one of these movements. The first movement we're gonna do using either the medicine ball or one of your dumbbells, it's gonna be a squat with an overhead lift. So for this particular movement, I like to have my toes slightly shoulder width apart and slightly pointed outwards at a 45-degree angle to the corner. So instead of being straight like this, I'm pointing them out slightly. I'm going to be grabbing the dumbbell with both hands or my medicine ball with both hands. And from here, I'm going to squat back. So I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see this positioning here. We're going to squat by bending our waist, bending at the knees. I'm looking to form a 90-degree angle, but I'm also sticking my tush way back while I'm keeping my chest and my back straight up. From here, I'm going to exhale, extend the legs, squeeze the glutes, exhale, lifting my arms all the way up overhead, squeezing the core. So it's going to look a little something like this. Excellent. So the next move is the movement that we're going to be using the step or your stairs. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my step over here, and we're just going to be doing a stair step up with a curl. So we're going to take one dumbbell here, and what we're going to do is the same side that the dumbbell is on, we're going to place that same leg up on the step. From here, we're going to step up, curl. As we raise the opposite knee, we're curling that opposite arm. I like to alternate personally, so I'll step up, curl, and then I'll alternate, step up, curl. If it's simpler for you, you can do one side at a time. It's a little bit more fluid. You want to make sure that core is engaged. You're exhaling as you're curling and stepping up, and then just make sure you do the other side as well. So the next thing we have is a hip extension with a reverse fly. This one you're going to need 2 dumbbells for. So we're just standing in the center of our exercise mat. All we're doing is you've got your toe back here balancing. All your weight is on the straight leg beneath you. Just pick whichever side you want. From here, you're going to bend over, keeping that back straight, core tight. Lift that leg, fly out to the side. You're forming a T with your arms, squeezing those shoulder blades back. And if it's just a very swift motion, with that leg lift, that's totally fine too. You don't have to hold that leg out and balance. Focus on the motion, keep that core nice and engaged. Exhaling as you lift your limbs up. Don't forget to do the other side as well. If you have some trouble balancing, then just lift a little. Bend your elbows even to just minimize that fly. So you can do that, and then you can even modify by rowing if you don't feel as comfortable lifting all the way up. The next movement we have, we're just going to do some diagonal reaches. So you're going to place one dumbbell down. You could do this with the medicine ball. I really like this. We're standing with our feet shoulder width apart. You're going to hold the ball or the dumbbell with 2 hands here in the center, and you're just going to reach up and exhale as you twist your whole torso. We're working on this core line here using the obliques and the abdomen. We're going to be working out our twisting. This is going to help support the spine a lot more and just give us an overall balance. So twist, come to center. You can give it a little squat if you want. Exhale, twist, come to center. Really make sure you're exhaling and keeping that core nice and engaged so that you don't injure yourself. Twisting really needs that. So what I'm doing is making sure that the opposite arm of the direction that you're twisting is going to stay extended. This back arm can bend a little bit or extend, whatever's more comfortable for you. But just make sure you focus on the obliques, exhaling and maintaining that tight core. Excellent. So the next movement we're going to be doing is the lunge back with the row. We're going to pick up both of our dumbbells here, and from here we're going to stand at the front of our mat or wherever we're going. We just want to make sure that we have space behind us. And I'm going to take a big step back and lunge down, forming a nice 90-degree angle with my front knee. The back knee is also forming a 90-degree angle. It's not touching the ground. My chest and my back's nice and straight. Core is nice and tight. And when I get here, I'm going to exhale and row up, kind of like you're pulling up your pants. And then I'm going to step back to the front and exchange sides. Just like this. So make sure you're lunging straight down. You're not leaning in any way, your torso straight up and down, and that you're exhaling with that row. Excellent job, guys. Next, we're going to be doing a knee lift and a lat raise. Pretty simple. We're going to rotate. I'm going to rotate to the side so you can see my form here. And all I'm doing is lifting a knee and raising the arms, kind of like you see on Kung Fu Panda. Wah, but not nearly as cool. We're just going to make sure that our core is nice and tight. These functional fitness movements are going to incorporate a lot of balance, because balance really helps stabilize the core and the core muscles, not just the primary muscles. So if you're feeling uncomfortable with this, that's totally fine. Start out somewhere small. Maybe you can't lift your knee all the way up as you raise up into a lateral raise. So go ahead and put all your weight on one foot. Balance the other foot with the toe, and then do your lat raise. Exhaling as you keep that core nice and tight. As you become more confident with this movement, you can easily then just lift the foot off the ground slightly. As you get better, you gain more confidence and more stability as your muscles get stronger and your core gets more efficient, and then you can raise up. Then go ahead and alternate legs. Make sure it's nice and controlled, especially when you come down. It doesn't have to be slow, but you're not swinging down with gravity. And again, nice exhale as you keep that core nice and tight. So the next movement we're going to be doing, we're not going to be using any dumbbells or weights. We're just going to get down on our exercise mat with our hands and knees. Hands right below the shoulders, knees right underneath the hip bones. You want to make sure that they're very even under one another. And from here, we're going to extend one leg out behind us. Now, you might move back just slightly and slightly find a middle point. I'm not going to have you go too flat or have your butt all the way up here at a 90-degree angle, because if you feel like you need to, that's fine. It's okay if you start here. So this would probably be the modified version. You're going to lift your leg out behind you, and then you're going to bring kind of your forehead. You're going to act like you want to kiss the ground and push up. So for a little more advanced movement, you're going to walk your hands out slightly so that your back is a little more flat. Your butt's a little more flat with your back, and then you could lift that leg out and then push up with your chest meeting the ground this time. So make sure you do both sides, extending, keeping that core nice and tight. You really want to make sure that your belly's not sagging, you're not hurting your back. It should not feel sharp or painful. It should feel difficult, but not sharp or painful. Exhaling, squeezing the glutes as you lift it up. Really focus on keeping that leg off the ground. And if this is difficult for you, then again, start off right here. You can start with your toe on the ground, and then as you come down, lift up. So there's a couple modifications for you. Play with it, see what you can do, and just do the best that you can with really good form. Next, we're going to just do what I call a Russian twist. It's more known as a Russian twist. I like to use my dumbbell with this. This is another movement you can use with your medicine ball. From here, I hold the dumbbell on either side of the weights here. You can hold it in the middle like we've been doing this whole time. Again, whatever feels comfortable for you, but I like holding it like this, because it gives me more visual of my rotation. So from here, we're sitting on our glutes, nice and upright. You can place both feet on the ground. Here's the first modification for beginners. From here, you're just gonna lean back slightly. You're gonna rotate your shoulders, and then I like to touch my hand to the ground. Exhale, rotate your shoulders to the other side. Side to side. Now, if you want to go more advanced with this, you're going to lean back further, lift your legs off the ground. Make sure you're squeezing your knees and ankles together, but you're not twisting your feet. Just squeezing together using your inner thighs. And you also really want to make sure that you're rotating with the shoulders and your hands are just not doing this. This is gonna, the full rotation is what's gonna really give you a nice core movement. Excellent. So the last movement I have for you requires no weights. This is a dynamic prone plank. We're getting in a plank position here. This is gonna feel really good after doing all these movements. From a plank position here, your feet are slightly less than shoulder width apart. Your hands are right beneath the shoulders. You wanna make sure you're nice and flat. I want you to overextend. So you're gonna push your torso out, lifting your hips slightly out of alignment with a nice exhale, and then with an inhale, drop down to, this is basically an upward dog. So you're dropping your hips to the ground. You can even flatten the tops of your feet out to the ground and just sort of sit in it, bringing your upper thighs down to the ground while you keep your arms extended right beneath your shoulders here. If this is too difficult for your lower back, feel free to drop down, place your elbows down on the ground, and if you want to move somewhere in between the advanced pose and this modified pose, you can push up as much as you need to. When you're done, push up from this position with the exhale, and then overextend, and then inhale, dropping back down. And again, push up, and then inhale, just dropping your hips back down. So it's a very dynamic movement. Overextend, drop. And the way that you see me doing it, coming all the way down and then pushing up, is super advanced. So if you get here and you feel more comfortable just lifting the hips off again and pushing off, then inhale. That's totally fine too. All of it's good for you. So start somewhere, do the best you can. Again, maintain good form, good breathing, good alignment, and build up from there. If you want to make this a really great workout for yourself, take all of these movements and do 10 reps of each. And then when you get done doing all of them 10 times, take a little break and do it again 2 or 3 more times, and you'll have a really awesome whole body functional fitness workout. So thank you so much for joining me here. My name's Marin, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video.